Yeah, well, you guys like those pop culture references.
Yeah, pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
I told him about this show that existed on there. It was called the World Series of Pop Culture.
Oh yeah, it was a game show, right?
I love.
It was like two teams against each other about pop culture,
and it was like a bracket challenge.
Yeah.
I as a kid, I hella wanted to go on that show. And now I hella want to go on that show. If it even existed,
it doesn't even exist.
It doesn't exist anymore. I only did like 2 seasons. But anyway, Jay.
All right.
Who killed Baki Togami?
I think it was the guy the lucky guy, Nagato.
Nagato.
Yeah. I refuse to believe. There's not enough evidence supporting that Fuyuhiko did it. Well, we'll see. Alright, so let's finish preparations.
You can change the variable down there.
But we're on normal,
Now
right?
then,
Yeah.
let's begin with a simple explanation of the class
These
trial.
two should do the same thing.
Why is she hanging?
Poor mom.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote
My favorite
for who
detail
done
about
it.
Danganronpa 3 is all the pictures are different.
Oh,
Like they have a different frame on them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that
Oh.
person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna
Why
be
is everyone
100%
like? Why is Terra so happy?
so there's no need to worry.
I know all their base.
Yeah, their base look.
I'm the
Oh,
type
jeez.
who hates favoritism and
I didn't notice
prejudice. Well,
Negumaru's
not
like
as much as
package is like
me, of course.
huge.
You hate me that much?
Oh.
Now, let's begin.
Just completely ignore her.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Facts.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and
Damn, now I
started
can't
killing
not
each
hear
other.
it.
This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Sweet.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. Moided. If we can't do that, no, thinking about if is a waste of time. It's like the first time we really get to see him, like his character. We have to do this no matter what. So the class trial finally has
There
been
you
started.
go.
From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak, one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements, which means you'll have to use the truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left hand stick to move the reticle, then fire with the trunk. Pay close attention to each character statement and choose the truth bullet that will blast the right one.
That's weird that it automatically just puts in this tutorial.
Yeah.
In the first one, it just asks you, do you want to do it?
Oh yeah. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the options button during the arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I can have fun with the tutorial boys.
Yeah. Knife.
They added new bullet.
How do you
Why
switch
was
between them?
Byakuya's body in a place like that?
his body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
Oh, look, now it doesn't
After the
even
killer
show you
murdered
the...
Byakuya,
It shows you how long to the
they
finish.
probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why?
Obviously, by hiding the body, they tried to delay its discovery. Like a dog burying a bone.
What you just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know. Wait,
Why was
put things under the
Byakuya's
table.
body in a place
That's
like
the
that?
floorboard. Okay, it has to be
His
gaps
body
under
was
the.
underneath the very back.
After the killer, they probably moved the body there. No, that's wrong.
Hey, no.
Let's go!
I like his voice.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Huh? Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
Hey,
So
why is that a
that's
problem with
why you
Japanese
think it's
games?
impossible
What?
that
Where the
the
music is
killer-
always like too loud.
I get your
Oh
point.
yeah.
I don't understand. Why is it set like that?
Yeah.
'Cause it is, I mean, it's not too loud here because we
And
put
here
it
I
down.
thought I had a genius idea.
But it's always like that.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Jesus.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You
That
think
guy
he
is
was
a lot
killed
of
under the
anime.
table?
You think he was killed under the
So
table?
Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean you dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what Byakuya, what the,
Oh, look, right there.
What?
Press square.
it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably the knife, right? Or wait, what? How do you present it?
Go back. Circle. Now press it. Press triangle.
I can prove it with this. It probably
That
has
was
something
weird.
to do with the knife we found under the table.
So we have to press triangle to.
Yeah.
Knife?
Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility.
Okay, so that was probably to lure him under the table, right?
But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial.
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot, but from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. That means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the R1 button, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it to whenever you feel the statements are moving too fast for your aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the options button during the arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Knife. Listing other gaps in the floor. AC timer. Knife.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food!
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either. I doubt he could have seen the killer.
Okay. It's true getting under the table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds
He
correct.
used the knife to feel around.
I know, right?
But it was super pitch, but it was so dark I couldn't see. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark.
Psych.
The bullets are super fast in this one.
Right? Instead of being like, I missed.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see.
If
in
you
the
wanted
dark.
to know, you should have shot it during the statement before
I know, right?
to make it.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Whoa!
Let's go, baby.
That's pretty cool.
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Maro's sudden argument? Just between you and me. I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claims, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the less stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. If this is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the player's party argument changes. This means that conversation will develop. If that happens, then they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you can't normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood towards the other person's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the triangle button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. Huh. Well, that's a truth blade?
What's the truth?
I'm serious, Sparty. It appears that there was a delay in contacting you. I'll make sure that the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes in your handbook menu. Only the names of the was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? Press the options button. During these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Nope. Getting fucked up.
Wait, what am I doing?
You're gonna use the reticle.
To do
The
what?
right stick.
Wait, I don't even know what I'm doing. I can't just listen to. I'm trying to think of what to. I just can't listen to what she's saying. I also need to respond.
If you just use common, the killer obviously used those night vision goggles.
It's like
That's
slash,
gotta be it.
slash that way.
What are you talking about?
Where's
Slash
your
it.
proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, so those goggles were planned in advance.
So you gotta
The
cut.
killer brought them to the
Wait,
crime
well, why do I have to?
Damn it!
I'm very confused about what you have to do.
So, it's a right stick, right?
If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision. That's gotta be it.
So you're trying to cut
All
both
her
of them.
arguments.
Where's your
Yeah,
proof
at the
that the killer
time.
used
But then I have to use.
So like,
Because if they used night vision, then they could have
there's
killed
only
Byakuya even in the
one.
dark.
So that's
reality,
two.
So those goggles were
Wait, but you're just
planned in
cutting.
advance.
Why
The killer
do?
brought them to the crime
How come
scene.
you can switch stuff?
See, because you brought it with them. So then you have to
I'm still
cut that.
confused.
The only ones that the words count are for
The gold letter?
statements.
Okay, so I just cut.
Yeah, just cut as you go. So you want to cut. So like sometimes it'll be like diagonal like that. On the stick you got to go diagonal.
Okay.
And like right now the one was on the bottom, so the middle one only cuts through the middle like that. So then you have to cut up and down.
Oh, okay.
Get it? You get it now?
I think.
Because if they used night, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark.
See, down.
In reality, that's so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
But it missed.
Oh,
Oh no, I found a hole in your argument.
but I used the wrong blade.
Yeah, you used the wrong blade.
Because if they used night vision
So
goggles,
swap blades.
then
Sorry,
they could
one.
have killed Byakuya even in reality, that's so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Wait, what was the balloon hit?
Oh, do I have to
Because
use
if they
triangle
used
on the
night,
thing?
then they could have killed
Maybe.
Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, that's what. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words.
There we go. So now I get it, Aaron.
Okay. So you're just trying to use what
Byakuya was definitely
direction
the
it
one who brought those
to
night
get the
vision
most cuts.
Okay. No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely. But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller
See, the
case
audio
for
is just
storing
so
the night
low.
vision goggles.
Yeah, it does.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well.
They're a lumen.
Woohoo! I said assume. Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Press square, but what are options? Let's fix that.
System.
Sound. Or option.
I think background music
Yeah,
down,
turn
right?
back the music down. That should be fine.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
What the hell does that mean?
You totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hid in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it.
That's really cool. It's so animated too. That's
There
sick.
was duct tape left under the table where the body was found.
Huh? Duct tape?
They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, Even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He
Well, you see what
probably
happened
knew
when you...
someone
What happens when you don't do it?
Right.
Or I guess you see what happens when you... Even if you are thorough.
Yeah, it could still.
Are you
still
saying
kill
he
someone.
predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right, Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that a murder... There we go, this one.
Yep, the embarrassing part.
I can prove it with this.
I like
Everyone,
Hinata, he's
can
cool.
you please take a look at this?
Hajime. Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies.
Hey, her arms are free.
Doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader is his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Wait, why did it freeze?
Oh, scared the crap out of me as I go down.
Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were
There we go,
willing to
that'll do
come
it.
forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
As Hina steps out from the shadows. It is odd.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya? There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. God, if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
But wait, but if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. Glowing
I
paint.
see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
Not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? After the debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call the weak spots you were seeing up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. Also, there's agreements now.
Yeah, I agree.
When shooting agree spots with true bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove that the person's testimony is correct.
That's tight.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.
When the truth bullets merge with their weaknesses, it will become a logically sound argument. It's a little hot in here, right? From now on, you must infer whether it's the best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the options button during the arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Damn.
Okay, let's agree. Make your agreement.
I love the saying on this one.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Okay. We're just listening to Peko's testimony. It's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it?
Because I was not in the not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
Yeah, consent.
No, I think Peko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
I guess that would be true.
What?
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners? Or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
I might spend time with Nekomaru. He's cool. He's pretty cool.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Poor Peko.
I know, I'm just so embarrassed.
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine.
No.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
What the
Seriously,
hell?
Stop it. But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I know.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pecco's stomach was a coincidence or if someone initially caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Knife, AC timer, night vision goggles. Okay, embarrassed pose, party dishes, knife, night vision
I don't know what it is, but it's probably like, where could the
Did you eat
laxative?
anything
There's no
weird?
way that somebody could put the laxative.
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Okay. Whether Pecco's stomach ache was a coincidence, or if someone's initially caused it, we need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating
Embarrassing.
anything weird.
Was it an embarrassing pose?
Now that you mention it...
Oh, I think so.
You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Party dishes, okay.
What was it about the party dishes? The square? What 2 bullets? Let's go to party dishes. However, Connie and Peck were the only ones who ate it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so they were the only ones that ate it, so that means...
Oh, so Akane, if it was, Akane would...
So it would be Akane's account, right?
No, it would be... There's no Akane's account.
Yeah.
It's the party dishes.
Yeah, so it's party dishes.
So when he said there might be laxatives in it, well, the party dishes, you know that only Akane and Peko ate.
Yeah.
And if
Did
Akane
you
didn't
eat
have
anything
to
weird?
use the bathroom,
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention
there's a lot of cool logic.
You brought food to the office.
things
Just
in
a
this
little
one.
bit from the dining.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you?
Taro cooked the
Would it
food.
be that one?
I wouldn't
It
do
wouldn't
anything
be
like
ruin the...
laxatives would
No.
ruin the taste.
Did you eat anything?
I don't remember eating.
Now that you mention it,
Oh,
you
yeah.
brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you?
No, that's wrong.
only takes the time, because it used to be like, go across and then shoot really slow.
Yeah.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Cease this bickering.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout. Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to
Jesus.
tell us. Trashy skank?
She's like so
She's so
innocent.
mean.
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself isn't what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred. Irons in the storage room.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
Messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters. Or maybe they caused a power surge?
I bet it's really Monokuma's fault.
By the way, I'm not a trashy skank.
It's probably the irons in the storage room, right? Having all three of them on.
Who tripped the breaker and how? If you can't answer that, did they throw a stone?
Look how dynamic the camera
Probably messed
is
with
in
the
this one.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and
No,
transmitters.
it's not that one. Shoot! Shoot!
Crap!
Look how much help.
Breaker and how did? If you
Smells
can't
like
answer that,
nothing.
did they throw a?
Maybe they used a remote.
Probably.
It does not have to be. They may have tampered with the... Or maybe they caused a
This
power
one.
surge.
I agree with that.
Consent. That's pretty cool. I like the agreement thing.
Yeah.
We have to work together.
Just as Mahiru said, the blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Why are you arguing with
Hold
me?
on a second, let me speak too!
Okay.
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
Monconcho.
AC timer. Oh my god.
Probably irons in the storage room still.
Yeah.
If the irons in the storage room caused the blackout,
What is such again?
and for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage room? Then that means everyone who was in the when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to. If the irons caught, then the killer had to go to the storage room before and turn on the irons. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
I didn't read what it said. It's true that irons used were responsible for the blackout, but that shouldn't be the only reason.
The people in the dining hall weren't able to cause the. If the irons caused the blackout,
Allow me to cut through those words.
That's pretty cool. Allow me to
Irons
cut
are
through
just
those words.
one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
I like this guy's voice.
Is that the same as
Yeah,
Hakaguri?
Goro. No, Goro.
Indubitably.
As what's his name from?
Ira?
Yeah, Ira. Gamagori.
Yeah.
They
That's why I was like,
probably
"Monconcho."
checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So
Is that
once
right?
they set the air conditioners
No, I don't
timers,
think it's him.
they just had to wait
I
until
don't
they
think so.
started up on their own.
If so,
Yeah, it
even
might
if
be.
Heckel was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout. Indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear. You deserve to die 1,000 deaths.
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet. quiet! I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No. The breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
What the hell? That sounded weird. Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is,
Like,
who
no,
caused it, right?
Let's roll that back, will you?
What you said right now?
Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building.
And see, now he's like talking with like more swag to him.
Yeah.
What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killing. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Okay, so he's trying to convince everybody to just say nobody killed anybody.
Yeah, and then just die.
Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you.
He sounds like some sort of cult leader.
Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy!
There's candy at the store.
If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down. We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Shut up,
why
you
did
freaking
Byakuya
cult
die?
leader.
Shut up, you murderer.
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong.
Yeah, there we go, my girl.
My girl,
I
I think.
Did you say something?
We've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before. Is she asking how the killer got close to the table? Even if they had to obtain the knife for by relying on the glow from the paint. In order to do that, they needed to get close to the table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Just as I thought, the diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. That's clearly shown in the diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Okay, the lamp cord. What?
It's dope. Tell you, Jay.
They didn't even explain that one.
Tell you, it's so dope. I love this game.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Yeah, Jay.
Shoot! Of course there's no way they could use the lampset. The killer actually used
Tablecloth.
I can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
who? The only person here who could have possibly done it
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't
Not true.
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
It's not true though.
Yeah.
Like anybody could have just went to the wall
Which means
and
the
fell
only one who
across
could
it
have
and
felt
got
their
to
way to
it.
the table using the power cord was Nagito.
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was right after
When he was cleaning the whole time in there. He was cleaning. He cleaned that whole place.
he cleaned the place. But
Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
to be honest, I already prepared a drawing because I assumed something like this would happen. Let's go to the trouble of preparing this. What did you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopsticks with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
Is he just gonna like start laughing crazily or something? He is. How creepy. The ultimate crazy person?
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes. The darkness in his eyes shone brightly as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out. But with a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery. Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Lie? That's outrageous. There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. Too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. Too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets! He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
What? What? You're crazy?
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Hey Nagito, if you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep, I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
It's pretty nice.
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
And how about that old-fashioned building near the hotel? Well, if it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there and full of cobwebs. And I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health. In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Pekka was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Nagato's talent? I believe his talent was...
I see!
You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks. But I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
I'm left with the red mark. Haha, for someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed, whoa, the despair it brings. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this cycle.
Please, Monokuma! Please, wait!
Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this? Is really?
Yeah, I don't think he is. If he was...
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but... there's
You know what it is?
It's well, he was stabbed with like a skewer thing.
Yeah, something small.
Yeah, and it's something that went deeper than that
the
knife.
If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Mikan. You're
For
right.
now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to just... Okay. Your truth bullets will disappear if you touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. Please time your truth bullets so that you won't get interrupted by the white noise. By the way, if the difficulty is dental, white noise won't appear at all. In that case, all of them didn't mean anything at all. They had no meaning whatsoever. Oh, please don't worry. I'm not going to fall into despair. Even though it's meaningless, allow me to say one more thing. In this debate, you won't be able to shoot down the white noise. That will be explained later. If you press options, okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
This one's
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed.
You know...
That bastard Nagito is the one
sucks.
who killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
Oh, never mind. Thanks for wasting our time.
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
That sucks that she can't get away.
Because she must know something that contradicts.
I think it's...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
What? Okay, so is it...
Crap!
It's that one though, right?
Yeah, you have the right bullet.
Yeah, the right
The
bullet.
killer is so obvious.
He has already you know...
That bastard Nagito, he killed Byakuya with a knife.
No, that's wrong.
No, what's wrong?
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Mikan?
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse.
There you go.
Not a whorehouse! Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikan? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikan's the one who said it.
I'm sorry.
Sumi. It's a tight name.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
What happened during the blackout? Ugh! If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Oh my god.
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark. No matter how hard you think about it, the truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
No, that's not it.
Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight, not that. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. Is it what happened in the dark?
I can prove it with this.
Yeah, there we go.
Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
For reals?
Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Yeah, she would have heard.
Yeah.
Struggling.
Calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this.
Ah, don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It's weird that she hear him.
Nagito said, "Ow."
Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
You've cut me deep with your knife of truth. However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened. As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So Byakuya stopped him from when he was trying to get the knife, and he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible, I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like exactly what
After
happened.
getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint. I I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on. Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth!
I know.
What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward. Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
God, I'm sick of this guy. It's like he's not the murderer.
Right.
Is Nanako really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagato I knew before? No, there's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I don't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now's not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible. Because if we don't, we will die here.
See, it's like he's this game's version of Byakuya. Oh.
Well now.
Now that the Kasha has reached its climax, but okay, here's a question for you. What's this? Those of you who have figured out who it is, how about trying not to guess the killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their saved data melt away like butter. But if you guess right, I'll reward you with $10 billion.
10 billion?
10 billion.
Oh,
of course, those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue on.
Now then, what are
you gonna do?
X button to continue on.
I wonder if it actually does.
To guess the killer challenge?
What you gotta do?
I'm just gonna continue on. Actually, it's kind of curious. It's kind of. You've never done it?
I don't remember.
Is this the only time they let you do this?
I don't remember. Oh, Jesus! Just kidding. You can't make a choice. There's no way to be able to guess what the killer is.
And
of course, there's no $10 either.
You're so evil!
Villain. You truly are a villain.